Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I didn't really plan on making this video, obviously, because by the title, this is not something that you can really plan for, I guess. The reason I'm filming this video is because I said that I would be completely upfront about my anxiety, my PTSD, my panic attacks, my flashbacks. Last night was really rough for me, and I kind of wanted to talk about it and kind of help people maybe more understand while I'm still in this kind of funk that I'm in. So I thought that it would be a good idea to make a video like this so people can see me when I'm not so cheerful and happy, and realize that this is me and this is sometimes how I get. So basically, all I did yesterday was watch TV. I, sat on my phone. Didn't really do much. I cleaned a little bit. Wasn't anything stressful. Nothing happened to trigger this panic attack. It was just a normal night. I think people have this thought in their head that panic attacks are always triggered by stress or, like a situation or something like that. And in reality, sometimes they just come up and there's no explanation, there's no reason. They kind of come out of nowhere sometimes, and that's actually how a lot of mine start. I usually don't even get panic attacks from being stressed. I mean, obviously, it can build it up. So, Alex calls me on his breaks, and he called me and I was like, yeah, I'm a little anxious. All I'm doing is laying down watching TV. And, the first thing he says, did you take your medication? And I'm like, no, not yet. And then he's like, well, why don't you take your extra one if you're feeling bad? I'll make sure I call you on my next breaks. He can only do so much from work, So I took my medication. It helped me for a little bit. It didn't, definitely didn't fix the problem. So I was getting really anxious and eventually finally fell asleep, and I woke up and I heard Alex was up and he was showering. He had just got home from work. This was like 2 in the morning or so. And he gets out of the shower and I'm just laying there and he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I just kind of feel like I'm gonna have a panic attack. He sits up with me and he's like, you're gonna be okay. He's hugging me, he's holding me, he's, getting me water, he's doing whatever he's gotta do. And I'm laying there and I have my hands on my head and I'm starting to cry, and I'm like, I just feel so anxious and my chest is beating so fast and it just feels so heavy. And he was basically like, it's gonna be okay, and everybody is different. Me, I like when somebody talks with me. Sometimes I like when it's quiet. Sometimes I like being alone. Sometimes I like when I'm just being held. But in this particular instance, so I've had panic attacks by myself, and the only person here was Sadie. And usually if I start crying, she kind of just will lay by me and comfort me, and she kind of knows. So it's not like the first time it's ever happened, but this specific moment I needed her. So I'm laying in bed and I'm freaking out. I'm starting to cry. I can't control this panic attack. I tried my hardest. Alex is trying to calm me down, and I said, I need Sadie. And if you don't know this already, Sadie is kennel trained. She sleeps in her kennel at night. That's what works for her. We've tried letting her sleep out. She just gets really anxious. She's got really bad separation anxiety, so she loves her kennel. It was 3 in the morning at this point, and I told Alex, I said, I need Sadie. I need some kind of comfort. So he goes and gets Sadie. Sadie jumps on the bed and I'm holding her and I'm petting her and I'm just kind of cuddling with her. The smell of her, just the comfort of Sadie just made me feel so much better. And I've never been in such a severe panic attack where I was like, I need Sadie. I need her right now. I've never had that happen before. And I'm holding her and I'm petting her and I'm cuddling with her and she's licking me. She's cuddled up in my neck and Alex is standing there, you know, he's rubbing me. It was the most comforting feeling I've ever had to have Alex and Sadie, and just holding Sadie and like knowing, like she knew something was wrong. I was crying and she was licking my arms, she was licking my face, she was cuddled up in my neck, like I said, and I was just holding her like this in my legs, and I just was like so comforted. And literally maybe it took another couple minutes and my panic attack started going away. I just felt so grateful to have her. She is my emotional support animal. She is my baby. She is what comforts me. It's such a good feeling to just hold her and like just feel that, like, you know, she's a golden retriever. She's very fluffy. She's very like comforting, and it's just a great feeling, and it made me so much better. And I almost feel like the feeling of her is better than any medication I could ever have. My point is just find what helps you the best. You know, if taking a hot shower helps, if, you know, getting some fresh air helps, if cuddling your dog or your cat helps, or a weighted blanket, or your boyfriend or your girlfriend. You know, find what helps you. You really kind of got to play around with it and see. I had nothing to really trigger this panic attack. It was just a bad day, a bad anxiety day, and I was so grateful to have Alex there and have Sadie there. I'm still kind of like not 100% this morning, but I'm definitely doing a lot better thanks to Alex and thanks to Sadie and everything. So truthfully, there's people who film their panic attacks so you can see them, and honestly, when I'm in that vulnerable state, I don't think to pick up my phone and be like, yeah, Alex, can you film me freaking out right now? Like, I just don't think of it like that. But, you know, who knows, one time maybe I'll get so, you know, comfortable with what is going on and I'll be able to film it so people can actually see what a panic attack is like. Not everybody knows. I thought this video was important because I don't want all my videos to be all sunshines and rainbows. I want it to be real. I want it to be raw. And I want people to know that, yeah, I had a bad day and there was no reason for it. And you can as well. There doesn't have to be a reason for your panic attack. There doesn't have to be a reason for your anxiety. It's human. It's something that happens. So I just want people to know that you're not alone. You're gonna be okay. And you'll get through this just like I did last night. I felt like I was at the worst of the worst last night, and look, I'm here, I'm alive, I'm doing good. So I just wanted to film this just so everybody is reminded of that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some strength, and I hope it gave you just some kind of like positivity with your anxiety, with your depression, with your PTSD, with your panic attacks, with anything. So that was my main goal here, to open up to you guys and let you know that I had a bad night last night and I'm doing okay. So if you want to see more videos from me, subscribe, like this video, comment, share, anything, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.